Hi guys. Oh, it has been an uber long week, and I know it's been a really long time since I've done one of these. And once again, I'm not fond of the lighting. I'm used to dimmer lighting, which of course makes me look better. Um, it's been a really weird, rough, and odd week. Um, Even at work, it's just been tensions are high because there's a product that everybody's been waiting on, and of course, the longer it takes and the closer it gets to it coming off of back order, um, the more tense people get. But that's not so much. It's like I've been weird and distracted all week. Of course, I follow politics, so that really hasn't helped. Um, it seems I'm never caught up with anything. Like, I know right now I should be changing the cat box and sweeping the floor and dusting and likely vacuuming, and I'm not doing any of those things. So, to go ahead and update, I know I missed Mother's Day, and I wanted to apologize because normally I'm right on top of that, right? I mean, every Mother's Day, I leave a message or something like that and go hi to all the moms out there of, fuzzy children or non-fuzzy children, or even children who are supposed to be non-fuzzy who are fuzzy, and children who are supposed to be fuzzy who are non-fuzzy. Yeah. Um, or even mothers of their own child at heart. There you go. So I usually leave those greetings, and I didn't. Um, I asked for an extension at Who Contest so that I could get in a completely brilliant idea for Old Fashioned. Never happened. Um, I did get that poem in, though, for that anthology, which is so super cool. But now, like within the next 2 days' time, I have to write a blurb about me, and I have no idea whatsoever how to do that. I'm like, what is there interesting about me? Whenever I get time, I scribble something down, and I've discovered that it is like it's like almost a seasonal thing. Though right now the whole getting settled in and everything like that really hasn't helped. It just seems that my time just gets sucked away from me, and I have no idea how. I don't get it. I used to watch, my television on my computer and had more time then, and I have no idea how that worked out. But it's like time just keeps getting away from me, and then like with Who Contest, by the time I have the time, the eye just. And as for writing a blurb about me to go, with a poem that I wrote, I have absolutely no idea what to say. I'm hoping that I can come up with something for the next Who contest, because I feel so bad because I asked for an extension and then never did anything with it. That's just horrible. Um, I feel so bad. It was like, yes, 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 I have this perfect idea, and then nothing happened. And that seems to be par for the course here lately. There are some good things. The medical insurance for the kiddos came through. Yes. I have to fill out forms for me and hubby, or else they're not going to do it for us. So I have no idea I'm going to be able to get my job, or he's going to get his job to do this and send it in on time. But I'm pretty sure we'll get that figured out. But the kiddos have insurance, and we have food stamps, of all things. I have no idea how that happened. But, well, before I give you the downside, I did actually speak with somebody today and was like, I hadn't even gotten their insurance cards yet. I do have them now, but I did not know that I would have them. I mean, they're like on the ball here and sending stuff like that to you. And I was like, I have no idea who to find for a doctor. I have no idea who to find for a dentist. And two of my new friends at work were like, oh, this doctor, blah, 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 he's awesome. And then this dentist, blah, blah, they're awesome. And they're pretty much within a 15-mile radius of me, which is uber awesome. But my youngest is not going to be going to school tomorrow. And thereby, I'm not going to be going to work for the first half of the morning. I'm kind of anxious about this. I don't like being away from work, especially when I rather love my job. I really do. But it's been such an off week. I'm thinking that this may be a bit of a blessing. The last couple of weeks, I haven't been sleeping well. I mean, my old night shift habits are trying to kick back in, and I'm trying to keep them from kicking back in. But at the same time, I seem to function better on anywhere from 4 to 4.5 hours worth of sleep, as opposed to 6 or 7. Like last night, I went to bed, and it was like 1:30 before I fell asleep. Well, I got woken by the kittens around 3:30. Because there was a huge storm. I'm like, oh shit, jump up, close all the windows, because I mean, it was like raining hardcore. Welcome to Utah. It snowed today, so yes, welcome to Utah. And I felt awake, and I felt better with, maybe 2 or 3 hours worth of sleep. It was, it was like 4:30, so it was like 3 hours worth of sleep, and I felt great. And I went back to bed, and I woke up at like 6:15, and I felt like shit. I'm like, okay, something's got to give, because the last 2 weeks, my sleep has been so off. And I know that this is what's giving me that weird time thing where time just escapes me, and I have absolutely no idea how it's doing it. And I know it's either I'm just not getting the right amount of sleep, and that's messing with me, or my sleep patterns itself are what's throwing me off. So I need to get a handle on that and figure out what it is I need to do there to get that fixed, because it's just putting a drain on everything. And even at work, I'm just completely out of it. And I have been all week. This has been such a weird and odd week, and I know half of it is me. So maybe a break of half a day would not kill anything, but I'm not very happy about that break happening. I'm horrible about checking mail still. That's something I said I was going to work on, and I actually haven't done it too well. I'm still horrible about checking mail. So I went to go and check the mail the other day, and I got this letter saying, and it was like the 16th, I got this letter from Jaden's school, and they said, well, if Jaden doesn't have a hepatitis A shot, by the time that, the 18th rolls around, he's going to have to be out of school on the 18th. And I was like, damn it, really? I mean, I contacted, their old pediatrician's office. I got told by them he got a hepatitis A shot. I'm like, oh, cool. When did that happen? They said 2011. Turns out, no, it wasn't hepatitis A. It was hepatitis B. Over on, at least in Kentucky. I don't know about Tennessee or any of the rest of the East Coast, but hepatitis A is not considered necessary. Here it is. So they were kind of super freaky about it, and the nurse was like, look, I'm pulling together end of year, immunization records and showing I have all my ducks in a row, and I don't want the school to get hit for this. And I'm like, I totally get it. But at the same time, I'm like, man, we just got here. We just got everything pulled together. I understand her position, but I'm kind of hoping she understands mine, because this is not something we were warned about before we came out here, Oh, by the way, if you actually happen to head to the West, you're going to need hepatitis A shots. They're really super hardcore about that. It'd have been nice to know. It probably wouldn't have made a difference, but it would have been nice to know. But I do have their insurance, so that's cool. And I do have food stamps of all things. I never expected to get that. And that's cool. So tomorrow, I'm going to be seeing the eldest off to school. I'm going to take the vehicle down to Jiffy Lube, because I think she has too much oil in her, which is just as bad as too little. I think she's had too much oil for a long time, because I think I put oil in her a couple of months ago. In fact, I think when we were traveling to here, I think I put oil in her without checking, and that was just kind of a really bad idea. And she's been under extreme pressure since, and she's behaving in a really odd manner. My husband says transmission. I'm thinking, okay, transmission may be part of it. She's always had transmission problems, but I can't think about a transmission for a Jeep right now. So I'm going to take her down to Jiffy Lube, and then I'm going to run Littlest over to Provo so that he can get a hepatitis A shot. He has to have at least one. And then while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and get them set up for wellness checkups with their new doctors. They can get their medical records transferred over. And I'm going to get them checkups with their dentist, with a new dentist, so that they can get those records transferred over. Meanwhile, while I work on hubby and I getting insurance. Oh, it has been crazy over here. And the bad thing is, I know it's not even a lot. I mean, this will easily be taken care of. A couple of phone calls, a couple of filling out paperwork, some faxes, and this will be set. I mean, it's really not that big of a gig. This will be taken care of. But it's the sheer fact that I've got to take off of work, and I have to, and he's going to be out of school no matter what. He's going to be out of school until this gets done. So I need to take care of that tomorrow, and maybe I can get, the oil taken care of with the car and kill two birds with one stone. Awesome. So, I mean, these are things that need to be done, but it's just like the very thought just exhausts me and makes me go, oh, really? One more thing? Even though there's no need to think like that. I mean, things here have actually been rather awesome. This is a very minor headache. Compared to what it could be, but I guess it's the flutterings of old paranoia. Jaden's going to be out of school. He needs to be in school. It's, nearly the end of the year. He can't be out of school. He needs to be able to catch up with school. I can't, take off of work. I don't want to lose my job. So I think part of it is just a combination of being tired, and old anxieties, coming about from being tired, and just not wanting to deal with it, which also comes with being tired. I just really need a good lie-in one of these days, it seems. Even if it's really, really bad for me, I just need to go ahead and fall on my face for like 24 hours and just stay there and not move. Not dream up anything to do, not find something to do, not putter about the house, sweeping up, not change the cat box, just fall on my face and stay there. Of course, by the time I actually get a chance to do that, all this will be taken care of. So, it has just been a really interesting and tiring and overwhelming week, though it shouldn't have been. It's, and that's, I think that's something else that really frustrates me, is that time gets away from me, or I get tired, or I get over anxious, or I get wrapped up once again, a habit that I said I was going to drop. I get wrapped up in every little thing, and the things that I want to do, the things that I want to focus on, fall by the wayside, like putting in an entry for Who contest. I managed to get something in for the anthology, and I'm really super proud of that, and I'm really completely blown away and flattered that that my poem's actually going to make it in, because I do not consider myself a poet at all, not even close. So I'm super flattered that that is getting in. But at the same time, I mean, how am I going to come up with this blurb? I want to write really, really bad, but it's like my brain just will not engage, because once again, it's busy running around and worrying about little stupid shit that, number one, will take care of itself, number two, can be taken care of easily, or number three, just shouldn't be bothered with, just leave it alone. So, I mean, it just seems to be that kind of week. It seems to be that kind of month. It seems that May has just been that kind of month. To top it all off, once again, I have been reading, but I've not been commenting. I did have a friend of mine here mention, you need to leave the comments open, even if you aren't going to answer. We would still like the ability to sound off. It'd be rather awesome if you would do that. Um, and I've had a couple of my friends leave the comments off, and I remember when I used to comment consistently how I would go, oh, but I had something I wanted to say, so I'll probably be leaving the comments on for this post. If I ever get around to making this post. If I ever get around to it not being so drop dead exhausted, I actually can type something in, upload this and hit send. That would be nice. I think another reason why I'm so anxious is the fact that I know this is completely ridiculous, I told 3 people that I was going to call them back tomorrow over some issues they have with their accounts. And I really want to get in and do that. I mean, I have to take care of the car, I have to take care of the baby. But I really want to make sure that I do that. I don't want to leave it off for the next day. I don't want to go, oh, well, this can be taken care of, later the next day, or, later in the day. I want to make sure that I actually take care of it when I want to. I mean, it's not going to be possible because normally I take care of these things early in the morning, and I'm not going to be there early in the morning. But it's kind of anxiety inducing in and of itself, and you can really tell I'm tired because I just won't shut up. And it's over the same nonsensical shit. But anyway, I don't want to be away from work, but I really think the break could do me some good, especially if I'm going to get anxious over people that I won't be calling because I won't be there. I think it's time to step back and take a deep breath. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. It's probably a good thing for all of us, me included. I kind of miss doing video posts, in case you couldn't tell by me trying to cram, everything and absolutely nothing in there all at once. As Gilbert and Sullivan says, full of sound and fury and signifying nothing. So yeah, it's probably best to go ahead and wrap this post up. Not only that, but that thing over there yawning is putting me to sleep. Hang in there, loves. I am trying to do the same. I know that it will get better, and that my week will get better. I really need to fall on my face for about 24 hours and call it good. Hello, Mr. Ma'am. So, until I talk to you all again, which I know I will if life stops being a time-sucking demon, I know that I will talk to you all soon, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to doing a vid post or even just a regular post again. That would be awesome. Once again, this is brought to you by Too Lazy to Sit Down and Type It. I hope everyone had an excellent weekend. I hope everybody is having a great week. But I will talk to you all again soon. I will see you all. Everybody out there who is having a rough week, I love you. It will get better. I know it'll get better for me. It'll get better for you. It'll get better all around. Everybody who is having an awesome week, don't you love awesome weeks? But take care of yourselves. Take good care of each other. Remember that I love you, and I will definitely see you all soon. And hopefully the next post will be less rambly and anxious. That's always a hope. So take care, y'all. I shall be shouting out to you again from Springville, Utah soon.